Sandra's iPhone, who are you, sir? You need to unmute yourself.
Okay.
Who are you, sir?
Miguel Carvajal.
All right.
July 8, 1978.
All right, let's get started with Mr. Carvajal's case while we wait for Ms. Bobach. Court calls a case of the state of Texas versus Miguel Carvajal, cause number 2022-0C00036. And the civil cause number is 2022 DCV 1355. This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso County Judge's statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus. May I have an announcement of counsel?
Hunter Griffin for the state is ready.
Judge Louis Gutierrez on behalf of Mr. Carvajal. We are ready also, Your Honor.
All right, what do you have, Mr. Gutierrez?
Judge, I guess I'll start off by just talking about the criminal case very briefly. We do intend to plead guilty. I just confirmed it with my client. We've had the plea papers, but we wanted to make sure that we were straight with probation and we wanted to have the license intact. There is a material need to have the license. Mr. Perez is an El Paso resident. He does reside at 4741 Loma de Plata, El Paso, Texas, 79934. His license is going to be suspended, Your Honor, for 2 years. He does have the interlock right now. He is in compliance, I believe, with PR bond. We did not list hours in light of the fact that I believe there's a provision in the transportation code that allows for him to drive anytime if he has the interlock. And
Well, you have to file that special petition in order to get that kind of license. It's
Really?
not your standard petition, yes.
okay, well, let me do that, Judge. I'm sorry, I've never had that question, but I know that you know more on that issue, so I'll investigate that, Your Honor. I just thought in the order, as long as we had an interlock installed, we complied with the transportation code. So I apologize on that point, Your Honor. Basically, Judge, there is a need. Mr. Carvajal installs tiles. He's actually done it for me, and he is self-employed, Your Honor. And he basically works probably between the hours of 7 to about 7. It fluctuates, but he also has needs going to the store, things like that, Your Honor. And so the interlock has been installed, and I don't think there's been any violations, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Griffin, do you have anything?
No, Your Honor, just briefly, I'll let you know his criminal history. He had a DWI in 2010, which was dismissed with the PTD program. He picked up his DWI first in 2017, it was a Class A, and now we have the DWI second in 2021.
All right. And what, you didn't list the suspension dates, Mr. Gutierrez, so what are the suspension dates?
Oh, I'm sorry. I put it in the order, Your Honor. I'll put it in the petition from here on out. It's for 2 years, Your Honor, from 5/7/2021 to 5/6/2023, Your Honor.
Okay. And what days of the week do you work, Mr. Carvajal?
Monday to Saturday, ma'am.
And what were the hours again?
Like from 7 to 7.
Okay. All right. I am going to take this under advisement and give you an opportunity to amend your petition, Mr. Gutierrez.
Yes.
And then because technically this is his third DWI, I'm going to have to think about it.
Okay, Judge. Understood.
All right. Thank you
Sorry
very
about
much.
that, Judge. I'll
That's okay.
get my CLA in order, Your Honor. I'm sorry about that. We'll get it
Okay.
done. Thank you,
You
Judge.
all may be excused.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Let me see if this is Miss Bull back. Mr. Carvajal, you may be excused as well.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. While we wait for that person to connect, we'll see if Mr. Franco gets connected first. Oh, there it is. Whoever's on Erica Garcia's phone, what's your name? Erica Garcia, unmute yourself and tell me who you are. All right, let's go ahead and get started on Mr. Franco's case then. Court calls case of Joe Franco Jr., cause number 220C01306 with civil cause number 2022 DCV 1744.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
May I have announcement of counsel?
Under Griffin for the state is ready.
And Daniel Avalar for the petitioner, Mr. Joe Franco.
All right, what do you have, Mr. Avalar?
Thank you, Judge. Yeah, in terms of the alleged offense, it's a first offense. It's an ordinary DWI. But Judge, Mr. Franco works at the fire department. He's employed by the city of El Paso as a firefighter. So his schedule can be a little complex, as I'm sure this court knows. Judge, all we're asking for, Judge, is that this court grant his petition for an occupational license so that he can continue performing his job duties, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Griffin, do you have anything?
No, Mr. Avalar is correct. He has no prior criminal history, and this was a traffic stop. There was no accident involved.
Okay. Is Mr. Franco driving at work?
I don't, Mr. Franco, can you answer the court?
I do.
You drive the fire truck?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then, I'm not gonna go through that schedule that you sent me, the dots and this and that.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you will print out for me a schedule for him, I will adjust the hours accordingly.
Okay. I don't think that well, Mr. Franco, can you print out a schedule other than what you provided for us,
I can if you need to.
please, so that the court
Yes,
can grant it?
please. Just show me the hours, the days that you're working and the shift that you're working, the hours that you're working. Obviously, this would exclude your work because you can't put an interlock on the fire truck, but I'll need to know your shifts, what time you take off to work and what time you get back.
Understood.
Okay. So then once I get that, I will fill out the order, Mr. Avalar.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay. Are you Jennifer Bolbach?
Sí,
Okay. Ms. Garza, do you want to instruct her on how to turn on the interpreter function?
¿eh?
Yes.
Bueno, no estoy entendiendo.
She can't hear. Okay. Ms. Bolbach, do you understand any English? Ms. Bolbach? Can you hear me? Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, now the interpreter function is off, so you'll instruct her what to do once we turn it back on.
Yes, Judge. Señora Volbach, ¿me escucha? Señora Volbach, ¿me escucha?
Ms. Bolbach, can you hear us? Oops, she dropped off. Okay. Ms. Bolbach, can you hear us?
Señora Volbach, ¿me escucha? ¿Puede prender su micrófono?
Yo la estoy escuchando. Yo la escucho a usted.
Okay, she's stating that she can't hear the interpreter, Judge.
Es que no estoy bien, se está perdiendo mucho la señal de Wi-Fi aquí. Es que estoy agarrando Wi-Fi y no estás, yo creo, jalando muy bien aquí la señal.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi signal doesn't seem to be working very well I
I
guess
don't
I'm
need
losing
you
the
to
signal.
interpret what she's saying. I need you to tell her how to turn on the function.
Yes, Judge. Señora Volbach, en un momentito van a aprender la función de interpretación. Entonces, en su teléfono usted tiene que seleccionar donde dice Language Interpretation y después seleccionar español. Pero todavía no la aprenden. Ya cuando la aprendan va a salir en su teléfono una notificación o tiene que escoger los 3 puntitos donde dicen More y seleccionar Language Interpretation y después seleccionar español.
Ok, es que
All right, let me go ahead and turn that on.
no le entiendo yo al teléfono. Ok, interpretación aquí. Interpretación de idiomas. ¿Qué dice? Original. Ok. ¿Listo?
Escogió español.
Español.
Okay. Ms. Garza, can she hear you?
Bueno,
Okay. All right, then let's just reschedule this, set this for an in-person hearing.
Que señora Volbach, le van a aplazar la audiencia, se lo van a cambiar para una audiencia en persona.
ok.
All right, everybody may be
Sí,
excused.
mejor.
We'll
Mejor, porque
see
por
everybody
teléfono yo
back
no sé
at
nada.
11.
Que ya
Okay,
se puede retirar por ahora, se levanta la sesión.
Muy bien. Ok, gracias. Me mandan correo electrónico o por teléfono me van a hablar.
Will they send me an email or will they call me over the phone?
Rayanna, how are you notifying her?
An email will be sent.
Okay. Va a ser por correo electrónico.